Hi, my name is Jonas, and this is a quick walkthrough of the Unive platform through the eyes of a student, a scholarship, or a college applicant, or both. Now, the user interface is going to slightly differ depending on which of these you are, but I'm going to cover everything from beginning to end. If you're just interested in the scholarships bit, I recommend you skip to the very end, the last 20% of the video, where we cover just the scholarships. Now, first, if I log on to the platform as a scholarship and college applicant, somebody in high school or their parent helping them navigate this journey, I'm going to see the full journey, the full roadmap of everything I need to do. I'm going to have a little course here that covers every little bit. Bite-sized information, the most important bits I need to understand when selecting schools, navigating scholarship search, writing essays, and so on. Once I have the theory, I'm ready to move on to the practice. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the knowledge library here. After completing the onboarding, I'm going to be probably at around 20 to 25% complete. Once I drop my resume, my essays, anything else here, the platform is going to quickly populate my extracurriculars, my achievements, and it's going to have a lot more context to work with and recommend me better schools, help me write better essays, match me with more exact niche scholarships right just for me. Now, once I have this, if I go to university selection, I can search and filter by criteria that matter for me, or I can go ahead and match through conversing with the AI assistant. At first it's going to look at my profile and say, okay, you're from Texas, interested in engineering and STEM. Now it's going to give me schools that kind of meet this list, plus other things that I mentioned that I'm especially excited about. I can ask it very specific questions like give me 10 schools on the West Coast or give me 10 schools that have the best pizza on campus dining halls. And it's going to draw on extensive databases from the U.S. Department of Education, universities, and our proprietary research and databases, as well as go and venture and research outside to find just the specific schools that best fit my criteria. Now, once I have my list of schools, I can go right over to the essays here, and I'm going to see all the essays I need to write. So in writing essays, I can go about this several ways. I can start with brainstorming, writing from scratch, or uploading something I already have. In the case of brainstorming, it's going to look at my profile. It's going to ask me a bunch of questions that prompt me to reflect. And together, we're going to come to a few prompts that work especially well and write them from scratch. Now, if I uploaded something, as I have in this case, I can do a bunch of stuff with these essays. First of all, I can ask the platform to grade them. In this case, I have a pretty solid essay that's AI written to begin with, but it's going to grade it and say, look, it's already looking pretty good, but there are some things lacking in terms of the evidence and analysis you provide, the structure and flow, and here are specific suggestions on how to improve them. I'm going to select the ones I agree with. It's going to apply these suggestions. I'm going to highlight what it changed. And then I can select bit by bit what I accept and what I reject. Now, once everything is written, I want to be extra safe that nothing gets flagged for plagiarism or AI. So I go and I run the AI scan here. I already done it. In this case, because it's full AI written, it's going to come back as, just that, full AI written, apart from the little bits that I changed myself. If this were a more kind of human written essay, it would flag just a few sentences and give me insight on what to correct. This is something that our users have found especially helpful because nowadays, if you use just a little bit of help from ChatGPT, even Grammarly or Word Copilot, you're probably going to be flagged by some of these detectors as AI, and you don't want to have that risk on your application. So it's better to be safe than sorry. Now, once you've perfected your essays, you might want to hover over to the extracurriculars bit, or you might want to have done that earlier. I'm going to run a quick analysis of my profile, and it's going to give me a read simulating a real admissions comedy. Now, it's going to have a balanced reader, a skeptical reader, their concerns, the evidence for their concerns, and these biggest risks outlined so I can mitigate them before actually applying. And finally, if I've done everything, including the extracurriculars, essays, recommendation letters, interviews, and I'm ready to secure financial aid, so I'm not paying for college or paying the least possible amount, I'm going to go over here to scholarships. At this point, this is going to be seem somewhat familiar from the university's selection dashboard. I can search and filter through scholarships. We have the richest database out there of over 45,000 verified active scholarships. In this case, with upcoming deadlines and filters, I'm only looking at 6,600, but that's already a pretty big chunk to look at. And we have the world's most sophisticated and unique scholarship matching algorithm. The way it works basically is going to look at my profile. It's going to say, okay, this is a student focused on engineering and STEM, has Texas residency, is interested in these extracurriculars, and is going to outline the first few that fit me well. And then it's going to continue to infer, based on my profile and my previous answers, what are other likely scholarships that I might get. So say I'm a student from Spain, I'm an international student, not a US domestic applicant. It's likely that I'm going to be Catholic because that's the dominant religion in Spain. After it asks me to confirm this, it's going to pop up scholarships meant for Catholics. Now, when I say that I am indeed a Catholic, it's going to infer that I'm probably involved in community service-based organizations. If I say yes to that, it's going to pop up scholarships just for that. And I can look at all these scholarships. In this case, I'm somebody interested in baseball and softball. I can see that this is exactly right for me. And I can kind of easy write essays and apply and track progress with this feature. So I haven't started the application, so this is empty. Now, I hope this platform that's built on over 10 years of admissions experience really makes your process of applying to college much easier and saves you a lot of money on paying for tuition. Cheers.